Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today I wanted to give you a quick tour of some of the things that I saw and experienced when I was at Lenovo Tech World 2023. Before we get too far into things, I do want to make it abundantly clear that I am a Lenovo insider, and what that means is I participated in the conference and was able to travel to the conference in Austin, Texas, at no cost. Lenovo was kind enough to provide the flights, meals, and accommodations, and I just provided my time. So just want to make sure that that disclosure is upfront and quite clear, my relationship between them and the channel. So what you see right here is a walkthrough of the main presentation area as the insiders were being brought to our front row seats pretty much. And there was a keynote which you can view online in high quality, and if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can see all of the announcements. It was actually pretty cool. One of my tweets was up on that screen for everybody to see. Not gonna lie, that was a lot of fun just to see that up there. Probably didn't mean anything to anybody else, but meant a lot to me. Speaking about meaning a lot to people, this demonstration where AI was recording and translating in real time this sign language was phenomenally cool.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to come all the way from Brazil to join you guys here today.
If we want to talk about technology being accessible and AI helping, this is a huge good gesture to see that this is possible. So the next demo they showcased is what they called Moto AI, which was essentially an offline artificial intelligence that had been crunched down enough that it could fit on a phone and actually run when the phone was in airplane mode, which was pretty slick. So there was a lot of enterprise stuff also being showcased, which was neat, don't get me wrong. However, I think the most interesting things were the demonstrations where they were showing Moto AI. They were showing AI models running on ThinkPads. The one specific demo that I saw very up close was running on a P1, but I was assured by the technician that it does not necessarily require a massive GPU, but 4 gigabytes of RAM was what they got this thing down to. And that was very, very impressive because if you've dabbled with any of the models that you can run on your desktop right now, they generally require about 16 gigs of RAM before they'll do even anything remotely reliable or interesting. So that was kind of neat. The whole idea of the AI twin was also quite cool in the sense of how they were going to make AI personal, but protect privacy. Now, this is obviously a show stealer. Their adaptable concept, or the moldable foldable, as some of the insiders were starting to call it. So this uses the same display as the Razr. It's just bending backwards as opposed to folding up into a clamshell. And we actually got some close-up and personal time with this device you'll see in a minute. But it was pretty slick to see how the device articulated in some of the promo videos because it doesn't have the fabric cover on the back. And the hinge, it appears to be like hexagons cut in half, and that's how it can articulate almost to a perfect U shape. And that, of course, we see in the demonstration here toward the end, it fitting around Lexi's wrist, which was pretty slick. Now, that is being done with the assistance of a wristband or a watch band underneath with a magnet just to help hold it in place. And I think that's actually a very good idea even when it gets to a commercial product, if it gets to a commercial product, because there's a lot of things that you could do with an accessory like that as well. And this actually interested me a lot more than the rollable phone that you pressed a button and the screen extended. That to me didn't have as much interesting factor as this. So this is the demo that we had up close, and we saw a couple of extra things, and Lexi talks us through a few things, which I'll shut up and let her speak.
As you physically bend and shape it, it will respond from a software perspective and relay out accordingly. Also, even if we do here just a simple flip of it, but it's really neat for us to see how responsive it actually can be. I'm going to go ahead and bend it into what we call tent mode. And what's cool here is that it actually mirrors the same experience that we have on the outside display of our foldable devices. And so now we've become so familiar with building these small size displays that we can really utilize that for these different types of flexible form factors.
So I can take if I get one of these, I can take my Lenovo smart clock that I have next to my bed, just throw it away, right?
That's right.
It'll take that place.
Exactly. It could. That's what we're exploring.
Thinkbook also had a showing. You might have saw this on a YouTube short that I published. But what it has is essentially a Autobot PC concept where the camera focuses in on your face, like Windows Hello would, but it uses that functionality to actually tilt and turn the screen 360 degrees and almost close it, which was slick. Now, this is just me having fun, not gonna lie. They had a racing simulator there, a company from Germany, and this was pretty cool. Has very little to do with AI, very little to do with laptops, but I just have to tell you, it was a lot of fun. The sensation of speed was probably the closest I've ever felt in a virtual reality setting. The inertia or sense of braking is obviously not there, and that's a huge part of driving at speed or racing. Having spent a little bit of time in a rally vehicle before. But all that being said, one of the things that I thought was the most important is how they wanted to bring racing to people that either couldn't afford it or wouldn't have the opportunity. And that is cool. If you think about the amount of people that actually have the opportunity to race, it's very, very few. And racing is a lot of fun. And to me, e-racing could start here. I think it would be good watching too, because our technology, if you look at like Unreal Engine 5 right now, imagine Unreal Engine 5 running a racing sim, people would probably watch that. And if you think about the personalities that you could get in these chairs from all walks of life, like there are so many different people you could get into a race car now without the threat of them crashing it or injuring themselves or worse. It could be a lot of fun, and it could be a lot of serious fun, of course. It could be a lot of joking fun. I just think there's a lot of opportunity here, and I'm all for it. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, that is my overview of my experience at Lenovo Tech World 2023. Be on the lookout for my companion article, which I'll be publishing to laptopretrospective.com. And once again, I obviously want to thank all the people at Lenovo and Cycle Media that helped my stay in Austin be as great as it was. However, I also am not going to forget that it is people that watch this channel, like yourself, that made this even opportunity possible. I really do appreciate that. I want you to know that I was thinking about that pretty much the entire time I was there, how fortunate I was to have such a fantastic audience that has supported me over the years, and through that support has given me the opportunity to be asked to be invited. And I hope that I get invited back to these kind of events again. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed my coverage here and then on Twitter and then my website. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.